Hello, my juicy jelly beans. I have a fun one for you today. Really simple yet stunning. I'll be using 8mm cabochons for the eyes, which I forgot to tape. I'm having a bit of an oopsie day. For resin, I'm going to use my favourite from Artline, the Crystal Clear. I'm in love with this resin. It's like water. It's a 2:1 ratio by weight. This resin is so crystal clear that it looks like glass. It's perfect for beginners or experts. And those of you that are beginners, it is the perfect resin because it barely makes bubbles. And if you do find any bubbles because you've mixed it up too fast, they will rise up to the top really well. Also, the fact that it's so liquidy, it reaches all the areas so well that you don't get those pesky bubbles where the resin didn't reach. I have a 15% discount in case you want to try it out. They ship worldwide and they also have different resin densities too. The best way to measure a 2:1 ratio by weight is deciding first the amount you need. For example, I'm going to need 170ml. Therefore, I divide it by 3, giving me 56ml approximately. So it would be 2 times 56ml, which equals 112ml of part A and 56ml of part B. Then make sure you mix it for at least 4 minutes. This is already mixed, and just look how crystal clear it is. I really love this resin. I'm going to use this opaque ink in Candy. It's a pale pink. I'm in a pinky mood, but you can use any color you want. It doesn't have to be a pastel color. It can be as dark or as light as you prefer. Add your pigments, making sure you add enough to make it as opaque as possible. Then mix it all in really well. Grab your mold and begin to pour your resin. Just look how liquidy it is. It reaches every area perfectly. Fill it up to the top and let it completely cure. Okay, this has cured and I thought I had poured the resin all the way to the top. These feet are going to be really fragile, but we will fix that later on. Pull out your frog carefully. Time to play with colour. So I got this pigment on AliExpress because it said Hypershift. What I didn't realise is that I only got 1 gram of it. I could have sworn it said 10 grams because it cost me nearly $9. So not worth it. Because the only hype I see was the price. Serves me right for not double checking. Now, my jelly beans. Whenever you want to add pigments or flakes to a dry piece of resin, this is what you need to have in your stash box. Forget about using alcohol to get it to stick down, as we all know that we waste a lot more product like that. This chrome top coat is brilliant and does the job. Cheap, clean and easy. All we're going to need is a thin top coat all over your frog. Have your UV lamp at hand, as we will be curing it for 30 seconds. Remember, only 30 seconds, so start counting your Mississippis. Start coating your frog all over. Once done, that's when you cure for how long? That's right, my jelly beans, 30 seconds. Big hugs to all my subscribers for being the most colourful part of my journey. Don't forget to hit the bell to get notification. And if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like, as that would really help my channel. Love you, my juicy jelly beans. Okay, this is ready and we can now add our colour. You can use a soft fluffy brush, your finger or a silicone tool. Cover the whole frog with the iridescent pigment that you have. You can choose any colour you want. So this is how it's looking with the pigment. If you see marks underneath, don't worry, it's from the chrome top coat and you won't see it after. It actually looks really pretty as it is, but we're going to take it up a notch. So next up, we're going to give it a matte top coat. This is another product that I find really useful and I've used it tons of times. I will leave links of everything I'm using in the description box. Give your frog a thin layer of matte top coat all over and then cure for 1 minute under your UV lamp. You can do it in sections if you find it easier. We now need an alcohol ink. I've chosen a cherry colour. Make sure to shake all your inks before opening them to get all the alcohol and pigment to mix in together. Add a few drops in a disposable cup. I say a few because alcohol inks dry up fast, and Fairy Mary hates to waste colours. I'm a colour addict. Never enough colours. You're going to need a small flat brush. Have a paper towel close by. Dip your brush ever so slightly into your chosen alcohol ink and begin to make your lines. Don't make them stray. Wiggly is good. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit strange, but I took Hope for a little walk and I fell. Don't ask me why or how. I just kissed the floor and I'm finding it hard to talk and breathe. I've ripped my rib muscles. It was a really stupid fall, but it took the wind out of me. Lately, I'm such a clumsy duck. Keep adding a few lines here and there. If your ink dries up, just spritz a bit of alcohol into the cup. Once you're happy, we now need a clean brush and another disposable cup, which we will add some alcohol to. A small amount should suffice. Grab your clean small flat brush and dip into the alcohol. Begin to go over the edges of the cherry lines to blend out the line. We don't want to blend it out completely. It's probably best you watch as I'm not making much sense. I will speed it up just a little bit as it's important that you see how to do it. I only used one colour to make it simple for you, but if you're an adventurous jellybean, you could also add another colour. For example, with this combination, I would have used a chocolate brown. Subtly though, as we don't want the second colour to overpower. Once done, we now need to give it a top coat, and this will also strengthen the feet. Use a skewer stick and some UV resin to hold it down. This will give a little handle so we can dip it into a bucket that has high viscosity UV resin in it. I've also propped up my UV lamp onto 2 cups, so I have enough space to turn my frog as if I'm going to cook under a barbecue. This is highly important, as once you have dipped your frog in your resin bucket, you will need to let the excess drip off. Then you will need to rotate constantly your frog. So 1, the resin doesn't slide off, and 2, so that the resin balances out evenly. Yes, I forgot to tape that part. This is my bucket that has the high viscosity UV resin, where I dip my makes. For big things, I use a spatula to scoop resin up and cover the whole piece. Remember to close the lid before you turn your UV lamp on. Keep watching for the end results. Toodles!